Hi there, welcome to Paradise Valley Community College Online Math. My name is David Dwork and I'm going to be guiding you through this online video. I would like to start off by saying all the professors here at Paradise Valley have two main goals. Our first one is to put students in an environment in which they'll be successful. So the purpose of this video is to make sure that online learning is best for you. The second reason we are here, our second goal, is to make you learn math. So please understand, everything we're about to talk about is with the ideas that we want you to learn the mathematics, not just pass a course. Okay, so let's start off by talking about three different ideas that we want to really punctuate to make sure you're in the right place. The first thing is expectations. If you click on this, it should give a drop down. Now, these ideas are the expectations we have of our students. And the times listed here are based off of a 16-week course. So for example, if you're in a late start 8-week course, then you can double all of these things. Now, first things first, everything in the course, whether it be a video, whether it be something written, you need to read it, you need to watch it, don't skim anything. You don't want to be the student who shows up to their math 082 final and doesn't realize that they're not allowed to use calculators. You would have been told that if you read the syllabus, you would have been told that if you read the professor's weekly announcements, but because you skipped doing those things, you were not prepared for your final exam. You don't want to be that person. So read everything and read the syllabus. Read the syllabus. Please, I'll say it one more time, read the syllabus. Next, every week you are going to need to watch videos and read text that have been created by your instructor. There's an expectation that you do those. There's an expectation also that you will take notes on those materials just as if you were sitting in a regular class. Then some professors ask you to upload pictures of your notes and email them to your instructor to show that you're actually participating in these things, and they usually give you points. They're pretty easy points. Next, some professors have discussion questions. So it's possible instead of having them upload notes, you participate in a discussion question that shows your understanding of the content. The expectation of this is somewhere around 2 to 4 hours per week. Okay, next, homework. You are expected to do homework in an online learning system, whether that be MathAS, WebAssign, or My Math Lab, depending on your course. This should take you 4 to 8 hours per week. Now, of course, you may find in some weeks that you didn't spend 4 to 8 hours on the homework. Well, that is the perfect time to spend those extra hours studying and getting ready, reviewing old material. So this 4 to 8 hours is not optional. It is what you should be doing every week, and with your extra time, you fill it in with studying. You will also be expected to take online quizzes and tests where you may have to upload pictures of your work for grading. Depending on the content, if the content is something where the professor cares more about the process than the answer, you may have to show your actual steps, your actual work. Be prepared to spend about 1 to 2 hours per week on this. Last but not least, all of our online courses have a proctored midterm and final exam. So therefore, this must be done at the PVCC testing center in the Q building, or using an online service that will log into your computer and watch you through your webcam and watch your computer screen. And that service is usually an extra fee to the student. So be prepared that you will need to ask for days off from work or whatnot for your midterm and your final exam if you need to come onto campus to take our midterms and finals. Okay, so those are expectations that we have of students. Now, next, these are some qualities we have noticed about students who tend to be successful in online classes. Specifically math classes. You need to have good time management skills. You will need to start your homework early and leave time to ask questions and be able to wait for a response. Because you're not going to have that interaction face to face, you need to make sure that you have set time aside for your professor to see your question, make you a response video or type you a response email and get it back to you and leave you enough time to learn from there. You need to have realistic expectations. You're about to take a college math course. It's not going to be easy, right? You'll have to put in as much effort in this course, if not more, than you would in a face-to-face. With a face-to-face, it's easier because you have that immediate feedback, where online everything is delayed. So we do our best to respond and get back to you, but you really are going to have to Give us time to respond. So, and you need to leave yourself time to ask questions. You're not going to be able to do it all in one day. You're not going to be able to do it all in one weekend. It's just not going to happen. Um, Academic honesty. If you cheat, we will most likely catch you. We have lots and lots and lots of tools for catching students who are not doing their tests honestly or their quizzes honestly. Even if you're at home unproctored, we have amazing abilities to catch you cheating. And academic dishonesty is the same as if you were caught cheating on a test in person. So please be prepared to take the tests and do your work as your instructor tells you. So when they say no notes, no whatever, you have to abide by that. Um, Also, you'll have to verify your ID to show that it matches your student record when taking tests. So that is a federal law that requires us to verify the student who's being awarded the grade is the same as the same student who is actually taking the tests. So be prepared to do that. So if you don't have an ID, you can always come onto our campus and have a student ID made when you check in with campus security, and that would suffice. You need to have solid communication skills because this is online and most of our discussions are going to occur via email. It's important that you are able to communicate in a fashion where the professor can understand what you are trying to ask. Last but not least, you need to be comfortable with technology. This is an online course. If you don't feel comfortable using a computer, probably not the right class for you. It's common for professors to ask students to upload pictures of their work, watch videos, interact with web pages, and whatnot. So you need to be somewhat comfortable. And we are always here to help you, of course, but we also cannot come over to your house and fix your computer for you. So you have to be somewhat comfortable. Okay, next, misconceptions. Misconceptions. These drive us crazy. Online math is easier. No, that's not true. It's actually harder. For the reasons I've talked about before, but the key thing here is we use the same grading criteria when we teach online or when we teach in person. You will be expected to demonstrate the same skills with the same level of notation on your paperwork and whatnot. So it's important that you go in with that expectation. Online math is less time consuming. No, that's not true either. It's usually more time consuming. Between all the videos and all the homework problems and having to ask for help and read secondary information, it usually takes you more time. Online math is better for students because they can do it all in one day. As I mentioned before, no, that's not possible. That's not how math is learned. The acquisition of mathematics knowledge happens over time. But the more important part here is a lot of our classes have staggered due dates where you're going to have a part of your assignments due on Wednesday, another part due on Sunday, or something of that nature. So read your syllabus, understand the outline, and understand that you are not going to be able to do everything on Saturday nights. It's just not going to happen. Last, you heard that Professor Blank is a wonderful teacher, and they might be. So therefore, they only are teaching it online, so you should take it from them. No, 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 no. We love when students recommend us. But that being said, um, if you are not an online learner, don't take an online course unless you have to, right? If online learning is what's best for you, we love to have you. We want you in online courses. But if you are taking it just because you want Professor A or Professor B, it's online. Your interactions with them are going to be minimal anyway. So take your classes from in the best format that suits your learning style. So if you learn best face to face, take it face to face. Okay, that being said, what I have set up for you now below is just to give you an idea of what your classes might look like if you're in Math AS and to give you an understanding of what a workload, a 1 week's workload may look like. Now, if your class isn't in Math AS, that's okay. You'll still get an idea of the amount of work and the outline, the layout. So, for example, if your class is in WebAssign, it would still have the same amount of work and videos. It just would be in a different web page. So, first things first, always look for your announcements from your professor. They will always be posted here and they're always super important. Read them. Next, most of our systems have a calendar where you'll see your due dates laid out. Now, obviously, since this is not a real course, there's no due dates, but there you go. Now, what I want you to do is find your class that you are going to be enrolling in and select that course. But if you would humor me, follow me for a minute and let me just talk through a little bit. I will pick Math 092. In here, you will see the typical layout for 1 week, 1 week's work. So they start off with giving you some tips. Then there's a media lesson. So when you watch a media lesson, here is your video to cover some concepts, and then you would submit that you have watched this lesson, and then you could submit, and you'll notice there are multiple videos. There are 5 different videos you're going to need to watch. So this is the equivalent of attending class, is watching these media lessons. Next, there is online homework. So when you click into here, you'll see that there are homework problems that you will need to solve based off of those video lessons that you just watched. And this is the real first homework assignment. So if you want to try it and see if this is right for you, please do. Then we have a Unit 1 online review. So in here, there is some review problems that the professor has laid out. And last but not least, this would not come in the first week, but I put it here just to let you see what the expectations of a test would be. So a Unit 1 online test, now if you'll click it, you'll notice there's a time limit. Oh, but there are no questions in the assignment. Yeah, you can't get a preview of that one. The online test is timed. You have 120 minutes to complete the test. So notice these are still timed tests. You are still going to have to demonstrate your knowledge the exact same way you would have if you took this to class in face-to-face. Now, I will also point out that this professor is not requiring you to upload work for your first test. So apparently they feel that this is more skills-based than the work would be necessary. But that's just an assumption. That's not my class. I'm going to pop in here into my Math 212, and I will show you, this is my personal course, where you will see my students have 150 minutes to take their first test. But the key thing here is they will have 30 minutes to upload pictures of their work to an app I use called OneNote. Don't worry about the app if you're not in my class, and if you are in my class, don't worry, I'll teach you in our video. But the idea is you still have to demonstrate your knowledge, you have to show your work, and demonstrate the process, not just getting right answers. So I hope this video was helpful and informative. And of course, if you have any questions about online learning, or if you've decided online math is not right for you and you need some help getting yourself enrolled into a face-to-face class, please do so as quickly as possible. And if you need help, contact your professor, your online professor. We're all here to help you get enrolled into an appropriate course for you. Thank you so much for your time.